Dr. Fauci, I can never pronounce his name right, is on track for an annual retirement payout of up to $350,000 to this report. So if Dr. Anthony Fauci ever decides to call it quits, which he should, the White House chief medical advisor will walk away with a golden parachute worth up to $350,000 per year, the largest federal retirement package ever, according to a report by Forbes, which, by the way, is owned by China. So just imagine if you retired and you were guaranteed $350,000. Like, that's disgusting amounts of money. So the eye-popping amount of reportedly does not include annual cost of living increases to Fauci's pension and benefits. So Fauci, who turned 81 on Christmas Eve, has worked for the government for 55 years and was paid $434,312 in 2020, making him the highest compensated federal employee, which, by the way, which means he's also paid higher than, I believe, the president. That amount represented a 4% bump on Fauci's 2019 salary of $417,608, according to federalpay.org. Fauci, who has headed up the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases since 1984, got a huge salary boost deemed a permanent pay adjustment during the George W. Bush administration for his biodefense work. He went from making $200,000 salary in 2004 to $335,000 in 2008, a 68% increase. So another way to look at this, right, is that he is a multi-millionaire just with the salary that he had and has. So federal employees who worked as long as Fauci can earn 80% of their high 3 average salary plus credit for their sick leave when they retire, Forbes said, citing the U.S. Office of Personnel Management. Fauci's 2021 salary has yet to be published, and Forbes said it has filed a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit in November for the pay information. Forbes used the last 3 available years of Fauci's salary. He also made $399,625 in 2018 to calculate his potential retirement benefits. If he'd left federal service at the end of federal year 2020, figuring 80% of his highest 3 year average, would mean a federal pension of $333,745 a year plus cost of living increases, which is $1,251,545 divided by 3 times 80% equals $333,745, right? So that's how they actually calculated it. Fauci also is likely eligible to receive an annuity payment that applies to federal employees who served for more than 10 years, and that would amount to an additional $8,344 per year. So Forbes report noted that Fauci's 2021 and 2022 salaries will likely be the same as or even higher than his 2020 salary, potentially boosting his base retirement pay to around $347,500 a year. And Fauci told ABC News' Jonathan Karl on This Week, December 19th, that he has no plans to retire anytime soon. There's no way I'm going to walk away from this until we get this under control. I mean, that's the purpose of what we do. That's our mission in life. In the middle of it, I'm not going to walk away, he said. You know, we're in a war, John. It's kind of like we're halfway through World War II and you decide, well, I think I've had enough of this. I'm walking away. Fauci continued, you can't do that. You got to finish it. And we're going to finish this and get back to normal. Remember, they were saying we're going to get back to normal after 14 days. Now, here's the thing, right? Let's say that you are in a position where you're basically guaranteed a very high retirement when you do retire. What you should do in that situation is number one, pay off any remaining debt you may have. You don't necessarily need a massive emergency fund. In that situation, more like 3 months of an emergency fund, if that. Because if you know that you're basically guaranteed $300,000 plus per year, you're sitting very well. That's basically like you winning a lottery for the rest of your life that pays you out an annual amount of like that amount of money, right? Now, I wouldn't necessarily spend all $300,000 because obviously you got to pay taxes, all that kind of stuff, right? But it's kind of like you're in a situation at that point where you could easily spend like 100 grand per year every single year and never really affect your lifestyle, right? Like if you have everything paid off and you have this guaranteed amount of money coming in every single year, you're doing very, very well. And this is kind of the situation that everyone should try to get themselves to, right? Where you either work a job or you end up creating a business that allows you to have investments that pay you a crazy amount of money every single year in retirement. Okay? Because in this type of situation, you want to do the best you can and also have the money available to you to have immense amount of freedoms, right? Because let's say that you're retiring at $300,000 plus per year, right? Every year. You can go on trips. You can be super generous and pay off people's cars that might need a paid off car. You could pay for the college tuition of like a family member or a friend. You could end up, maybe just donating money to your local charity in like your local community. Like, there's a lot of things that you could do at that level. Now, I highly doubt that this individual, Fauci, has done anything ever charitable, and I doubt that he ever will. But to those that end up stumbling upon this and listening to this, you want to get yourself into the position where you are retiring with so much money coming into your life every single year to where you can live the best quality of life that you can personally, but also still have the availability to be as generous as possible, right? Because here's the thing, you can't take money with you when you go, but you can live a good life the more money you have, and you can also take care of people that you want to take care of. You could also help people that you want to help, right? Now here's the thing. Some people may not want to like donate money to charities because charities are sometimes really weird. But you can directly help people, right? Like let's say that you are in like let's for example say that you're in a situation where you're getting your car worked on at like an auto shop, right? And you overhear this like like single mother with her kids who's working like three jobs to like make ends meet, and she ends up realizing that she's going to have like a $5,000 repair bill, right? And you overhear this. What you could do, right, would be like if she were to go to the bathroom and something, you go up to the counter and be like, hey, I got her. Here's 5 grand. I'm paying for her right here and now. Don't let her know that I did this, but I just paid for it. And then you just walk out, right? Or you could be like just asking her about her situation and be like, hey, just wait a second. Then you go over there, pay for it, show her the receipt. It's like, hey, you're taken care of. You don't got to worry about this. And also, here's another like a grand to like have some fun with your kids today or this weekend, right? That's something that you could do if you put yourself in a like financial position that's healthy enough to do something like that. So if you want to get yourself to that position where you're healthy enough to go and do something like that, go to 40inbucks.com to learn how to get out of debt so that you have more options available to you. And one of those options might be to be way more generous.